One of the better indicators of someone's personality or their beliefs or whatever is how they thought of the new Superman movie this year. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was really cool. I cried during it. It was a great movie. I just started my new job today. Had a great time. Very cool. But near the end of the shift, it's a slow shift. We're in the winter time, so it's a lawn mowing company. So not a lot of emails are coming in for us to deal with. So we were just talking about movies, and one of my coworkers was saying he thought the Superman movie this year was lame and gay. um, for reference, I'm 20 years old, about to be 21. Everyone in my office is above 35. All right, I'm the youngest person in that office. Let's just say that by a very large degree. And I was telling him, I'm like, man, what do you mean? I was like, man, what are you talking about? That movie was awesome. He's like, I don't want to watch a whiny ass Superman getting his ass kicked. I'm like, well, that wasn't the point of the movie. The point of the movie wasn't that look, I'm big and strong and I'm Superman. It's, yes, I am Superman, but I'm also Clark Kent, and I'm just like you, despite these powers. It was a movie about humility, about accepting himself. It was a movie about a lot more than just Superman punch bad guy. And he was telling me it's like it must be a generational thing, because a lot of people my age thought it was cool. A lot of people his age thought it was stupid and gay. And it made me realize that although people are going to hold different views than you, it's still important to not necessarily understand where they're coming from, but accept where they're coming from. We all know the gimmick character of the racist old grandpa, and while that is a big departure of what I've started off with, it's to the same degree. It's the same concept of someone who is just that way, or someone who just holds those values, and there's nothing you can really do to change them, or like I was trying to convince this guy at my job. I was like, no, that's. I mean, I see what you're coming. I was like, I see what you're saying. Because he was also telling me how he loved the Snyder cut of Justice League, which was like a big indicator for me that this guy's old. But I was like, see, I get where you're coming from. You want Superman to be all strong, but that I just said that wasn't the point of the movie. The point of the movie was to show how much of a human he is. Show because he was like, oh, the scene with the kaiju, he's more worried about the squirrel than just killing it. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. That is the point, and that's what makes it awesome. Is that he's so worried about the well-being of life, and how he thinks it's something worth protecting. That he's trying everything in his power to ensure that not necessarily no one gets hurt, but that no one dies. He doesn't want to kill the kaiju. He wants to have as least casualties as possible, regardless of species. I thought it was beautiful film, beautiful film. Made me cry. But the point I'm deriving from that is that in life you're gonna encounter so many different kinds of people with so many varying backgrounds, and with different degrees and levels of how their mind can be changed, how their mind can be altered by your input. And while some people, I don't want to say saved, but some people can be persuaded. Some people can have their minds changed. Some people can have their eyes opened. Sometimes you just got to accept for people for who they are, you know? And as long as they're not like killing people or inciting hate and violence upon others, I think just dealing, not necessarily dealing, but living amongst these people and working with them, it's not the hardest thing in the world. As much as like from day one of meeting my coworkers, still haven't found out a lot about them, but I know that this guy, he's pretty cool. He's pretty funny. He brought pulled pork to work today. That was awesome. but he thinks Superman was stupid and gay. And like I said, you can really figure out what kind of person someone is based off their opinion of that movie. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is that the importance of accepting other people grows beyond people who are just different than you in like a cultural sense. Sometimes people are just they just have different ideologies, or they just see the world differently than you. And while that's not necessarily a bad thing in some cases, other cases it may be something really bad, you know? But at the end of the day, you have to be the person that says, is this really worth making a fuss over? Or am I able to just work around it? Or am I able to just push that aspect off to the side so I don't make, or not I don't make, but so that the workplace environment isn't awkward or hostile or anything, you know? I told him that the Superman movie was fucking awesome though. I told him that shit rocked. I also wore my rings and had my earrings in today, so I think he got a pretty clear picture of who I was. Because I, like I said, I told him I loved it, and I'm sure he looked at me and was like, "Yeah, this guy's stupid and gay." Pretty silly. Conclusion paragraph. Um, get along with people so you can continue to make money. Some people are weird and some people are different than you. But the bag comes first. Thank you.